Let's see if I can make it. There it is. And let's see. And then tuck it behind me. Or in front? Which one do I do? Yeah, that one. Hey, and it's 7 o'clock. I barely made it. Welcome to D&Artistry, where I'm doing art and shit. This is just a temporary banner, because why not? Welcome to Tuesday. This is D&Artistry, where I do art that is connected to my show, D&Me, where I play with myself. What? I play D&D with myself. It's a one-man show where I DM and play 4 characters of campaigns past, and for the past, bunch of months, I've been doing a D&Artistry supplemental art stream. I have my arm out here. I should scoot that over. But where I do a bunch of art, because I'm an artistic person, and I don't do a lot of art outside of... Hold on a second. I want to scoot it up a little bit so you can see it a little bit. There we go. Or... Fit screen. There we go. Okay, perfect. So, yeah, I do art. Sometimes it turns into D&M merchandise. Oh, come on, don't do that. Sometimes it turns into D&M merchandise, which is cool. Yeah, it's the best. Where you can find that on Redbubble. Okay, I'm just futzing right now. Okay. Yeah, you can find the D&M merchandise on Redbubble or my in-game, the Convex Crimson. Where can you find that? On my link tree. That's linktr.ee/D&Me Adventures. And like gnome, it's really hard to see right there, but there you go. Yeah, I need a lot more elbow room. Or maybe I just move this closer. This way. Okay. I still want to move it, though. Yeah, last... What is it? Last? Ooh, I could just put it all the way over here. And then tuck this guy underneath. Doing art and shit. Doing flips and shit. Getting everybody all wet. This ain't SeaWorld. This is real as it gets. I'm on a boat, motherfucker. Don't you ever forget. And speaking of singing, then for today's thing, check out my work in progress, which is WIP, which is close to a popular song called WAP, which does not stand for work in progress. That's funny. I'm going to write that down. Let's see. 2246, work in progress. Well, cool. So, do I want it all the way over there? No, I want it like halfway. Okay, where was it? Let's see. Yeah, I want it halfway. So let's do both of these. Nice, let's try that. A rainbow banner 2. As you can tell, I don't really have plans today. Yeah, let's try that. Come over here. Fish it out of my old computer into my new one. Alright. Bop. Beep, beep, beep. There it is. Nice. Oh, yeah, that's great. So, yeah. Today I don't have... Well, last week I didn't have a lot planned, and then we filled up the time finishing the kobolds. I have 3 characters, tech, shipping, and handling, who are becoming fan favorites, and I made stickers out of them. So I finished coloring them, and then I showed y'all the behind the scenes of how to upload stuff onto Redbubble, which is cool. And my backup plan for last week, which I will do this week, besides making a banner, which I kind of want to do more stuff to it. But I can also undo that later. But also, this is art, D&Artistry, so like this is my time to do it. Okay, I like that. Yeah, we'll save that as Rainbow 3. And then after that, then I will do the backup plan that I had last week, which is going through my work in progress Word document on my desktop, where I have a bunch of plans for D&Artistries and other merchandise and just other art things in general that I want to throw up onto places. So, and some of them are kind of old because I wrote them at the beginning of my adventure, and some of them are newer, and I want to play around and see all of that. I think this is it. Yeah. Well, cool. So I will save that for right now. Banner 2. You know what? I will save it as Rainbow D&Artistry banner. Boop. All right. I am going to do an art and shit. I'm going to minimize out of that so that I can pull up my document so that you don't see my, admittedly, it's a lot cleaner than it has been, desktop, but it's still a lot of stuff, and it looks a little chaotic, so I don't want you to all watch that. Oh, speaking of which, also, not really, but a couple other things. First of all, this week has been bonkers, so a lot of life stuff has been happening. As always, but I'm figuring out something big that I want to do that'll take up a lot of time. So my next 2 to 3 months is going to be working on a life in addition to acting project. So that'll be big. Also, I need to make more money because bills and rent and stuff. So I will be doing Uber Eats, which is my side gig, and then the first thing I have up there, Art Stream, Art Tuesday, D&Artistry Thursday too? No. So whatever I have in italics is something to talk about on the stream, but I found out that my favorite thing to do on Thursdays that is with D&Me Adventures is rewatching Wednesday's episode. So I can rewatch it, I can take notes. I have a notebook, which is right here. I have a notebook, and I have 40 pages. Oh, look at that. The highlight makes it rainbow underneath. That's great. Oh, I love that. So I have 40 pages, one for every episode, filled with just notes about the game and art that I want to do, and like questions like, wait a second, or asking myself questions about the game itself, or of mechanics and stuff like that. So there's 40 and then 29, so at least 70 pages are filled with notes, and I take notes after I rewatch the episodes so that I can make more informed decisions and just really make sure and pay attention and to let D&Me grow. Let's actually blow this up some so that we can read it better on the stream. All right, so D&Artistry Thursday 2, because when I started doing D&Artistry Tuesdays, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. And I haven't done a lot of art for myself, and then I did so much art for my boys here. They're wearing robes. Okay, now what's going on? What's going on? Oh, what's going on? There we go. And then get the robes off. There we go. So yeah, I did all of the... wait for the siren to pass. You know what? I'm not recording this for a podcast. Yeah. So I did the banner at the very beginning and all these... I can also do this. There we go. The banner and all of the orange dye. And more recently, episode 30-something, I designed my own boys and I colored them. So this is my boys that you can find on Redbubble, like stickers and t-shirts and stuff. And then I did the kobolds, the 3 kobolds, which was fun. But I've done a lot of art.
Hello, I am Toot Toot the Loxodon Bard, and while Victor is taking...
Too many things. There we go. So when I started doing D&Artistry on Tuesdays, I was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I did it halfway through my run, I feel. And I was like, I want to keep doing it. Because after the first couple, I was like, oh boy, this was art, and I feel like it's better than D&Me, like the drink, because you can actually understand me throughout the whole thing, and you can watch me Photoshop or other stuff. And now I'm like, no, Thursdays I just want to have as me watching last night's episode with as little pressure, just like me taking my time to process it also, because lately I've been drinking energy drinks right at like 6 o'clock or 6:30 so that I can get my energy back up, because as you can tell now at 7-Eleven, without energy drinks then I'm quite tired. I can only say that one time per episode I've given myself the boundary for. So D&Artistry Thursdays too, very fun thought, but if this was my full-time job then maybe, but not so much. Dooley Hats. So my friend Dooley reached out to me last night going, hey, I want hats on Redbubble that are the different D&Me dye, but of the D&Me pumpkin and D&Me ornament for the holidays, and they wanted hats. And so I was like, I will happily give you hats, because I put stickers and pins for some of my just smaller designs, like Toot Toot as Max Rebo, but I didn't feel that a lot of people would like everything on a hat, so I did the stuff that I thought was the coolest on the hat. But if you want anything new for Dean merchandise or new designs, I have a whole Word document, as you can tell, 4 pages, stock full of awesome stuff. So let me know. That'll be a great post idea also. Post. Let me know what people want. What kind of DN merch do you want? Post. Nice. Yeah. So if there's anything that you don't see, let me know, and then I'll work on it. I'm slowing down these next couple weeks because I want to focus on other stuff, life in addition to acting. But D&Me has been an excellent Victor year 30. Really? 30? Yep. Victor year 30 for age and 2021 and 2022 coping mechanism. Yay! So yeah, anyways, Dooley reached out to me last night saying that they wanted hats, and so I threw up some hats. I'll take a screenshot of them for tomorrow. Screenshot. New hats. And they're kind of discounted, so there you go. Dooley Hats. Bye-bye. Art Stream. Art Tuesday before. So I make notes for myself, draw on paper, then scan, then Photoshop. I know people do Adobe Design, Illustrator, but I was raised in college and in high school, actually, too, to do Photoshop. So that is where I'm most comfortable, because as you can see in the first couple D&Artistries, I think I did a pre-show where I didn't have Photoshop up, and I was freaking out because I was using Fire Llama, or Fire Alpaca, I think it is, because I then called it Flame Llama. Fire Alpaca, and I didn't know any of the keyboard shortcuts, and I was freaking out. So I am doing Photoshop. So the best way for me to do it is I draw on the paper, then scan it. I draw pretty small to match my pretty small handwriting too. But I scan it, and then I Photoshop it, for my boys here, I had a lot of small, tiny little lines art. I had even smaller lines for my pre-show lobby boys. Some of that finer detail is 3 pixels wide. So the outlines are great because they're 5 pixels wide. So that made a huge difference. So when I did my kobolds, then I kept them all thick. And that helped me a lot with coloring and editing. So that was wonderful. So draw on paper, then scan, then Photoshop. Check. And also I wanted to keep the Word document. I kind of went through it so that I can blank out some spoilers. But I wanted to leave the editing for the stream. So before, draw on paper, then scan, then Photoshop. Ka-ching! Did it. After, posted the full image, everything we did during the stream at the end of the title card. So if you've noticed how many D&Artistries have I done? That's a fun adventure that we can go on real quick. Because I am curious. I don't know. They're not numbered like the episodes because we are going into episode 41 tomorrow. And in fact, today I wrote and recorded and I did most of the editing for D&Recaps episode 36 through 40. So that's just a lot, y'all. I spent pretty much all day writing that because it's a laborious process. But thankfully, episodes 36 through 40 were really memorable. So I remembered all of the major events. Whereas, like, episode 6 through 10, I can't tell you what it all was. So this is YouTube. Let's go to playlists, because I have them all saved on Twitch and all saved on on YouTube. So, D&Recaps, we have 7 episodes. We did 15 weeks of D&Artistries. Then D&Me Like the Drink, 9, and D&Me Extras. So, let's see the full playlist. I think I skipped 1 week. But February 15th, 22nd, March 1st, March 8th. Oh, yeah, I did 5 hours and 11 minutes, 12 minutes of D&Artistry because I really wanted to do the line art of my boys. And then March 15th with coloring in my boys, and then March 22nd was doing the detail work. March 28th, I was testing out my mic, and we did kind of a coloring book page, which was Toot Toot as the spotted elephant misfit toy, which was actually in my D&Artistry Word doc that we're going through. So let's see, February 15th, I was like, hey, this is the first D&Artistry. Let's figure something out. And then I was like, oh, I should do like a pre-show thing. And so that was the start of the Let's All Roll for Our Hobby. So I did that for 3 weeks, February 15th, 22nd, and March 1st. And then I hopped to it every once in a while. April 12th, I did a lot of it, of the Let's All Roll for the Hobby. April 19th, I did a lot of t-shirt designs. Look at that, 4 hours and 9 minutes. So I did a lot of t-shirt designs. I did I play with myself, and I play D&D with myself. I played PlayStation 5 with myself, and I play D&D and PlayStation 5 with myself for the Redbubble. And then I also made Play With Myself Station 5 for a sticker to put on my PlayStation 5, which I haven't gotten them yet. I'm on a super strict budget right now, so I'll get them later. And then other stuff. April 26th. Oh boy, where did that? Just spit flew away. April 26th, I did a 6x6 grid of all of my title cards that I made so far, because I wanted to like print out a poster or figure out what a poster size frame, how many of those would the 4x6 little printed photos, how many of those it would take. Then May 3rd was the day before May 4th, so I made Star Wars versions of my characters. So I made Tipsy into adolescent alien, because Baby Yoda and the child and Grogu were kind of red flag. Boy, howdy, that's a third freaking siren. those are like, okay, those are trademarked. And then I made to Max Rebo. May 10th, I think I finished the Let's All Roll for Our Hobby, or I was really close. I think the next day I then finished it entirely. And then May 17th, I did all the art on my Kobold, so tax, shipping, and handling. And then May 24th, I finished all the art. We did like the eggs and the basket fanny pack, and then I showed y'all Redbubble. So we did 15 videos. Did I skip a week? Yes. April 7th, it looks like. 5th, April 5th. I might have been in North Carolina, and yeah. So there we go. So as you saw with all those title cards were the finished product of whatever we ended the night with. So that's good. Instead of like a teaser, because with my D&Me, the actual adventures, the episodes, then I have like a teaser either for the background or for episodes 36 through 40. Then we have the map, but I don't have where all my boys are on the map, because I didn't want like to have a specific point of like, oh wait, no, the title cards I am using for D&Recaps have no boys, but the title cards for the actual episodes, I think there was like a memorable scene, so post the full image, everything we did during the stream at the end title card. Yes, and I think that works marvelously, because I don't want to have like Tipsy half colored when we ended with the full Tipsy color, so that'll give them something cool to look at. Bop. Variations on D&Artistry. Rock writes in his spellbook stream. So my mom made me for Christmas an amazing spellbook that Rock, like that's what I described in the stream, which is like a coffee table size book and as galaxy purple covers, felt covers, and then those little corner brackets on the covers. And she gave me a lot of room inside and amazing colorful markers so that I could write all of the spells. But that's something I want to do where I have like an additional camera right here pointing at my desk, because me trying to figure out how to make that laptop camera pointing down at my desk as I do art, that's a lot in my head. I don't know how to figure that out. So I want to have like another camera, but that's nowhere near the top of my to-do list. It'll be really, really cool when I do it, and I am scared because it's such a pretty book that my mom made me that I'm scared of like doing a couple practice sheets, because by the third or fourth spell that I write, then I'll have it figured out, but I want to get it right so that the first three don't look funky. Art into Rock Spellbook, special calligraphy first letters for the spellbook. So, you know, like when you see a illustrated Bible, then the T is all, ooh, maybe the special calligraphy first letters are reflective of the spell itself. Nice. Practice pages for spellbook. Yep. Rock the Purple Half-Orc Wizard. Washi tape for spellbook. How thick? Because also then I got some spell cards for D&D where it's the actual cards for like have most of the information on what's all needed. So I was thinking about taping those inside on one of the pages, but my mom was like, yeah, the tape might be kind of hard. So that's a spoiler. I don't remember what it is, but I censored it from earlier. Paint Hero Forge figurines. So yeah, I have all of my boys right here on my desk, printed from the Hero Forges that I made of them. And I would love to learn how to paint better. And boy, if I had $100,000 to spend on D&Me, then I would totally have a full painting station so that I can paint all of my characters. I think I have somewhere else where I want to Hero Forge all of my characters, all the NPCs, and then print them all out and then paint them, which would be so cool. If I could multiplicity Michael Keaton myself and make 5 of me, then one would just be devoted to that, and he would be the happiest of us all. So, paint Hero Forge figurines. purple polo. Okay, so I want to closet cosplay my boys. I thought about maybe doing it for the Ren Fair, but they're quite unusual, and I didn't feel brave this year or last year, really, to do it. But I was coming up with, like, what would be some subtle, when you dress down for Disney, where people want to, like, dress as the characters when they go to Disney, but they don't want to do the full-on mascot outfit of Donald Duck or whatever, plus the pants. But I was thinking how to, like, I could suggest my boys. So purple polo and glasses and orc teeth for Rock back when, in the first episode, when he talked like this. Which was interesting because that's pretty much Toot Toot's voice, but with the jaw jutting forward. And now, Rock is airy and a little British and softer, which is lovely. And I think episode 12, which is the episode that I will be editing in June, I think we finally figured it out. I think 11 we were almost there, but then 12 I think I edited like 15 minutes, and I was like, yes, Rock is finally there. Orc teeth, so maybe I could still, have the teeth jutting out. Toot Toot pan flutes, paint light purple. So I made in, let's see, was it 2020 or 2021 when I made Toot Toot? I think it was 2020, actually. 2020, where I made Toot Toot, and then on a whim at like 3 a.m. because I didn't sleep really during 2020, I made a pan flute out of straws. So, like, I pinched one end and then I burned it, but then I cut it off, and it's an actual, like, necklace that I made a pan flute. It's not done, and I want to, like, paint it actually lilac, which would be great. Cosplay sketches. Tie trunk. Yeah, so to suggest further a loxodon instead of making myself a big old trunk, which I do have Toot Toot trunk puppet, and, like, parading that around, even though that'll be so cool, but again, that's really brave. Like a tie would suggest it, or two big old hoops of fabric going down behind me, like two, like, really big floppy hats, pretty much. Closet cosplay of Ren Fair boys, yeah. Bone binder clips. So I love binder clips. I like the smaller ones, but just to demonstrate. So I was thinking of how to, like, do this, because it kind of looks like a vertebra already. Just paint it or put, like, some clay around it. Some clothespins, and paint them white for Onyx with his vertebra in his beard. Toot Toot scarf for trunk. Boy, howdy, I am so glad that I drink energy drinks now for D&Me, like, Wednesday nights, because I got nothing in the tank. Boy. Toot Toot scarf for trunk. So either a tie or what I have for Rock is, well, he has the saddle blocking it, but I kind of gave him a Benedict Cumberbatch Sherlock scarf. Let's do that because they're still... Okay. There we go. So a scarf also could suggest the trunk. Toot Toot trunk puppet. Boy, I looked up some elephant trunk puppets, and they look great, and I would love to figure that out. Again, if I had $100,000. And then double hood for ears. Yeah, I mentioned that. Super duper fucking involved. And I'm reading kind of ahead just to make sure there isn't anything really like, oh, that's real spoilery, huh? Super duper fucking involved. Achievement enamel pins. So I kind of treat D&Me like my own personal video game also. So I have a couple achievements that we've completed. So I was thinking of having, like, some kind of, ooh, this is fun. This is exactly what I wanted to do, where I go through the Word document and then I sketch stuff. Ooh, even better. Even better. Oh boy, I am glad to be here. So, how's everyone? Play with myself, play D&D with myself. What's this? My handwriting scribble. Oh, so this was me deciding a couple weeks ago if I wanted... I scanned this card that I use at the beginning of every episode. I play D&D with myself. Or if I wanted the Victor's handwriting font. And yeah, no, definitely the note itself to honor it and memorialize it. But I don't need these anymore. Scoop. Bop. All right, so what I was thinking was, let me grab my yes. So kind of what I have going on with the main scene itself, I kind of want something like this for enamel pins. This, and then like a big old orange. That's my favorite orange. What I consider one of the two D&Me oranges. But let's give that outer glow, which I love so much. Let's do just big, because there we go. So have something like this, and then like and then trying to line it up the best. So then have, I don't know, like 4 out of 4 Fayday or something. If you play video games on Xbox or PlayStation, then it has, why are they so freaking far? The kerning is non-existent. Yeah, that can see. So, like, they have these little trophies and achievements where you do something and then it pops up. Ba-doop, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. So stuff like that. I don't know. Or yeah, something like this. Now the kerning's bonkers. There we go. That's good. Yeah, something like that. So eventually, again, another $100,000, then those would be really cool. And when I do order them, then I'll get them through Wizard Pins, which is a website, I think. And then, oh boy, so like 10 years down the line, when I have drawn 150 NPCs and 20 different versions of all my boys, then I would love to have a D&Me pinball table. Not even the actual pinball machine, but like if I were to have, I think it'll be one of those like great, if you take a Photoshop class in high school or college, we had to make different calendars. Like each month is a different thing of a theme. So I made Jim Carrey movies where I riddled it with trivia, and I put January 23rd, I think, is Jim Carrey's birthday, so I like put that in the table where the actual dates are and stuff. But I think like designing a pinball machine table on a theme would be amazing, and to do it for D&Me, that would just be that would be a labor of love, just like D&Me is itself. But again, that is a super duper fucking involved. Relatively simple, easy designs are something still pretty involved, but less involved than making a 4 feet wide, 4 feet tall piece of art, is designing a playing card deck of my boys. So I have a table, I think it's in my other notes, of each boy being a different suit. So it will be two spades, rock, hearts, onyx, clubs, and tipsy diamonds, which all of those have design significance behind it. But it would be cool to revisit it also. So like the Restful Lily owners, or maybe even NPCs/NPCs, because that's taken a good 10th of my show so far, is us being in the Restful Lily. That's one of the arcs. Ooh, I need to make the infographic also for all of the... I think that I have that written down somewhere. But yeah, I think I have it written down. But an infographic of all of the arcs. So an infographic of all of the arcs. So 1 through 4 is like their first night there. And then episodes 5 through 10, I think, are... Yeah, 5 through 10 are going and rescuing Floon, etc., etc. So that'd be cool. And then more shirts. We explored this a little bit, but there's that Tipsy and Onyx and Rock design where it's like the Beatles and they have the ampersands and the period, and it's this new Helvetica Heavy font, this one right here. But I want to use my ampersand and make my ampersand, fix and make a better my ampersand, which I did do. I made it a higher quality. That was a part of D&Artistry, I believe. So I actually do need to post that because I made 4 different renditions of it, and I wanted to see which one looked better. And then I had a couple people vote for it, but I need to put it on my D&Medias, which I have in my notes to actually do that, but life has gotten in the way. So I need to use the restroom, but let's see if I have I'll be right back. I certainly do. There we go. I'll be right back. So, I'll make this real big. I'll be right back. Great. And I will be right back. Let me mute this so you don't hear me using the restroom. And now I'm back. I thought in the restroom it would be really cool if I do this, then it mutes the stream itself. Like just one click. But I haven't figured that out yet. So, So, two things I thought of in the restroom. One was that, and then the other was... Oh, yeah, so today I wrote the script for D&Recaps episode 36 through 40, and then I recorded it, and then I edited most of it. So, it turns out less than 5 minutes, except for the first one, but it took me 11 minutes total to record it. So, that was... pretty good. I'm getting better at it. That being my 8th one. Good Lord. 8 D&Recaps for 5 episodes each. That's amazing. And I only messed up really big once where I don't want to re-record it. But for the first one, I had my previous notes in it, in the script. So I looked down at my script and then went, episode 36, buzzed. And then I listened back to it and I was like, nope, episode 36 was the restful lily. So I grabbed a snippet of me saying the restful lily, and then I put it there. So my mouth is going, but the audio is going the restful lily. So hopefully it's not too noticeable, but also it's fine. And I thought about doing that for tonight's D&Artistry, where I would show you what it is like to edit the video, because video editing is art. And sometimes Photoshop lags pretty badly from this laptop to that laptop, so it won't be as smooth, and it might be a little frustrating, and it might slow both of my laptops down. So I decided not to do that. I decided instead to go through these, which is fun. Yeah, so the Restful Lily owners, NPCs, I wonder what other groups of people we could... I might dig up... Yeah, I'll do that right now. Screen sharing. Let me go into my... Do I have it? Oh, I probably have it here. Cards. Is it? Just the one? Okay, come on. Cards. There it is. Let me make sure there are no spoilers. Nice. All right. Come back over here. So, playing cards, lots of potential. So these are the different categories. So the kings are all of them. Ace, I was thinking of having 4 like different waddles for each of the boys, and then queens are the respective kind of significant others for all my boys. 4 I want for fairies, so Faye, Reagan, Blake Blossom, Amber Rain, Piper Berry. Harpers maybe. The Yawning, Portal, Durnan, Bonnie, 3 Strings, YOLO, Yagra, Dabble, Floon, Rainier, Gazer, Intellect Devourer, Remy and Algernon. Oh, where were rats? Let's put that. Harpers maybe. Me. Doppelgangers. Bonnie, Sheen, Tiffany, Circumstance. Ooh, you could put Wishes up there because he was part of that. Forest for the Tree, Spanish Mustache, Woodrow, W00D, Wood, Steam and Steel, Kylor, Bruce and the Kids. Yeah, so a lot of good stuff. I'll keep my cards in D&Artistry. I like it. So that I have somewhere in my notes of like, hey, let the people vote for... I do have it in my most recent notes too, of like, let the people vote for the t-shirt that they want. But I've just been doing 8,000 other things. So t-shirt design, part of design is figuring out the 10 different ways to do anything. So a lot of D&Artistry has been that, which is lovely, and that's exactly how the artistic mind goes, and process, the whole artistic process. But t-shirt design, normal height order. So as we see right there, which is all the ones I do. I didn't mean to flick everyone off. There we go. Alphabetically, so Onyx, Rock, Tipsy, and Toot Toot. pyramid order, so Rock, Onyx, Tipsy, and Toot Toot like have the shortest name to longest name. Poll or voting for a week. Tipsy. Okay, so then and Waddles. Where would Waddles be? Would it be underneath Tipsy? Would it be next to Tipsy? So like this. And would it have like its own and? Where's the freaking ampersand? There it is. Like this. Waddles next to it, or Waddles underneath it. Like that. Or would it be small, tiny in either of those two places? So those are considerations. And then I play D&D with myself. D&Me logo, shirt option, play with size of D&Me. Yes, we did that. We did that for a whole D&Artistry. Let's all go to the lobby. We finished that. Let's all roll for our hobby. 20-minute placard. So, again, this is the pre-show placard that we finally finished. And you can see there, finally finished. We did it. Let's all roll for our hobby. Which looks great. Onyx looks like he's a bucket of, like, popcorn shrimp. Chicky nuggets. Instead of vertebra, but I didn't want to make new vertebra. The 5 different colors of the rock candy is really good. The orange slices for Toot Toot's ears is very Mickey Mouse, but it's awesome. And then, this is the lobby song again, because I want to hear it. Toot, 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 toot.
Let's all roll for our hobby. Let's all roll for our hobby. Oh, let's all roll for our hobby to get ourselves a crit. Tipsy's drunk as shit. Onyx loves to hit. Ooh, Rock's magic is handy. Toot Toot's music is dandy. So let's all roll for our hobby to get ourselves a crit. Let's all roll for our hobby to get ourselves a crit.
That song was surprisingly really hard to get right, because I didn't know if I was going to sing first or if I was going to toots first. And then editing them together, that was hard because also a metronome, and I can't really sing with music all that well. So I want to hear it again, and then I'll dissect it a little bit.
Let's all roll for our hobby. Let's all roll for our hobby. Oh, let's all roll for our hobby to get ourselves a crit. Tipsy's drunk as shit. Onyx loves to hit. Ooh, Rock's magic is handy. Toot Toot's music is dandy. So let's all roll for our hobby to get ourselves a crit. Let's all roll for our hobby to get ourselves a crit.
So a couple things. The tipsy burp, I didn't realize it, but I was drinking a lot of water to keep my voice good while singing. And during one take, a tiny burp snuck in, and I was listening to it, and I was like, is that a burp? Oh! So then I proceeded to drink a whole bottle of, like, a whole water bottle, and then gave like 6 different burps, and then the first couple were great and maybe a little too burpy, and then by the end you could hear I was like burp, but the burp was great. The rock breakdown, I was having so much trouble because the original 1957 version had this weird time pause, and so I couldn't figure it out. And so then I was just like, it feels different from the rest of it, but it also has like a big band brass instrument like breakdown. It was really cool. Toot Toot, I wanted Toot Toot's music is dandy. I wanted the Toot Toot to line up with the underlying Toot Toot. So that was nice. Yeah, I'm really proud of it. So I've done surprisingly a couple things with music here, like the intro and the 5 Toot Toot sings Christmas melody, the holiday musical number that I did. I commissioned someone to write me the music for it, and she did it by ear, which was totally if she sent me music like notes, I'd be like, oh shit. But she sent me like her plucking at a piano, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. So that was really cool. But yeah, we did it. We finally finished Let's All Go to the Lobby. Let's All Roll for a Hobby 20-minute placard. Because I like starting at 6:40. So I was kind of embarrassed that it took a long time, but to only do it for 2 hours on Tuesday nights, it, just like with the 2.5 hours of D&Me, like a Critical Role episode is 4 hours. So if you consider that, then I would be only on episode 20 of Critical Role length D&Me. But hey man, that's all I got for 2.5 hours of me doing all of the talking and all the voices and all the sound effects and stuff. So there you go. Streaming starting soon in blue font. Right. So I wanted to have the pre-show. So you see Let's All Roll for Our Hobby in its original font. I wanted to see if I could do streaming starting soon in blue font, but that would be a lot. So yeah, I think also like half of the letters are missing. So I'm going to give myself grace, and that would be a cool thing to do if I had $100,000 and 4 other victors. So I will say streaming starting soon in blue font. That's a great idea, but I already have the this design up on Redbubble, and so I think it's great. And if someone wants it on a t-shirt or something, do I have it in a t-shirt design? That'd be cool. I don't think so. I think it's just stickers, but I'm going to delete that. Pre-show hobby, orange slices for Toot Toot's ears first. Yes, I was considering what kind of fruit to have fruit slices for Toot Toot's ears, and then my mom, who tuned in one of the nights, she went, ooh, oranges. You should do oranges first. And I was like, you know what? Because of my color palette for D&Me, then I was like, yeah, you know what? Because my mom also said it, then I will try oranges first. And I did. So pre-show hobby, orange slices for Toot Toot's ears first. We did it, and they look great. Bop. Yeah, let's take a look at them right now. Yeah, and then I especially really like the, let's see, do I have my D&Me arrow? No, I don't. But you see the right orange slice? When you look in the liquid that is Toot Toot's brain, I guess, you can kind of see the white underneath it, like the white pith, the rind, the white stuff of the orange slice. Like you can see it through the water. But you can also see the bubbles of Toot Toot's brain juice. So I love it. It turned out really, really, really great. The onyx white arm hair is real subtle, but the eyebrows and the facial hair, marvelous. I had to finish the bottom of the of his beard, because if you look over here, all right, let's get the robe off though. He doesn't have a bottom to his beard, so I had to figure out something with that. I think overall I would make it a longer beard, but I also wanted to show like the stripes underneath. So Sash is Waddles somehow. At the very beginning when we first started, Tipsy is the candy bar on the very left, and I didn't know what the sash was. If it was going to say something like D&Me or something, but it kind of looked weird that it was perfectly horizontal, but everything else is kind of at weird angles. And then I came up with Waddles is the wrapping paper, a wrapper. So he's the wrapper. So draw a fuzzy gray outline for Waddles' wrapper and his red and white scarf. So the fuzzy outline we totally did, and it looks great. But the red and white scarf, this was back before they all got out of winter, when they got into spring for the Fayday arc. So Waddles had a red and white scarf that was going to go with Tipsy's white and turquoise and purple wild berry Pop-Tart jazz flavored ski outfit. So that was his winter wear, but they no longer need winter wear. So there we go. Sash, Waddles is somehow. The sash is Waddles somehow. And then I came up with that. Like, I was thinking on the stream so hard. I think it was a D&Artistry. And then when I was going to bed that night, it just appeared to me. And I was like, whoa. So wrapping paper. The wrapper. Draw a fuzzy gray outline for Waddle's wrapper and his red and white scarf. Yes. Make a better, higher quality and ampersand. I did do that. Let's take a look at it. Do 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 do. Because this was a D&Artistry also. Do you not open up the other one too? Oh, okay. Even better. So this is the old small and ampersand, which you can actually see is this ampersand right here. So it's a little bit, well, if you squint, then it's less, but it's noticeably blocky and pixelated, like Minecraft. But the new one is a lot smoother. So it still has some of the... Oh, here, even better. And then... Okay, so... Yeah, see, look, that's great. So it still has a lot of the character, because that was very important for me. I wanted it to look like a hand-drawn ampersand. So it still has some of the bumps and curves and imperfections, like the little hat, the little dent at the top of it, and then how this is kind of wide and like... So it turned out very, very well. And now I can use like a super high quality... Yeah, look at that. I'm just admiring that. That's very pretty to look at. I don't remember if I did that on stream. I think I did. So, that's fun. I will not save this because I messed with it a little bit. So, make a better, higher quality that I did. Background. Artwork from the books. So I debated whether or not I should do that as my background for the stream, if it should be something, or if it should be like a royalty-free picture, if I would make the art. But D&Me, I love it, and it's been going amazing. We're going on our 11th month now, which is incredible. But Dungeons & Dragons Wizards of the Coast, they're not going to come after me for my 1,200 views. So, I'm kind of... If I do get a graphic novel deal, then we'll mess stuff up. We'll rework things in retcon. But for right now, I'm thinking of taking a break after... episode 50, like when I hit a year for D&Me, then I'm gonna do some other life stuff. But yeah, for my background, having it the actual map, this has looked great, and you'll see in the D&Recap that I'll post tomorrow, because I'm not gonna finish it tonight, because I'm going to do other stuff after this. But yeah, so background artwork from the books. Yeah, because the Troll Skull Manor, Tipsy's Tavern, its background is the Troll Skull Manor in the book. Bespoke Victor background that I can have on t-shirts and full D&Medias. That's kind of what I have going on with the intermissions right now. And 3, just 2, the dark.
1. Hello, I'm Rock the Half-Orc Wizard, and I wanted to explain to you something that I found on the internet, so thank you.
Just the dark orange color. But I don't know. Some people have suggested that when I go to a different area, then I do have different colors and different background, and like, oh, this is a marketplace, so I should have a marketplace picture, and like the Yawning portal, which I never... If I was, again, $100,000 and 4 other Victors, then I would make a like blueprint, an actual map of my version of the Yawning portal, because my mom actually played in her D&D game, which my mom has a D&D game, how amazing. And my sister had a D&D game going on like 3 years. Like, they finished up a campaign and they started a second one, which is just incredible. But in her version, then they had the Yawning Inn, which is a version of the Yawning portal. And so she sent me like its layout, and I was like, oh man, that's amazing. It's not at all my version that I have in my head. And she's like, oh, well, that's actually amazing too, because this isn't how I pictured your Yawning portal either. So and I thought of Yawning portal, and I had a friend who was building a version of Tipsy's Tavern of the Troll Skull Manor in Sims, like taking the blueprint and making a 1-to-1 ratio, which is just awesome. That's so cool. What a good art form. So if right now, speaking May 31st, 2022, if I come to a good conclusion for D&Me, where there's plenty of adventure left, but we tie up all of the loose ends in Waterdeep, for example, I would love to go back and really chew on all of the things and like make all of the art for all the NPCs, or finally finish editing all the podcasts. So episode 1 through 100, 1 through 50 can be enjoyed and listened to, so that I don't have the pressure of making new episodes, but I still am playing around with all the content that I made, because objectively I've made a lot of content. I've made 15 D&Artistry videos, for example, like a lot of content for D&Me. And like eventually I want to maybe write a book about this, or like my own D&Me supplemental guide, so you can have the character sheets of some of my NPCs and the monsters that I make up, and etc. So all of that would be really cool. But one of them would be... oh dear, I forgot my train of thought. Oh yeah, but one of them would be like making the blueprints for the Yawning portal, like my version of the Yawning portal, because it's very specific in my head. I have all the layout and stuff. But D&D, man, it's hard to do it quickly, except for like one shots. But I have so much lore and so much ideas in my head and how I want to play it, that if I could play it for like 3 weeks straight of just every day playing it, that would be awesome, and I would do it a lot quicker. But spreading it out 2.5 hours every week, that's, both a lot and not a lot of D&D. So a lot of cool reflections. So background, artwork from the books, bespoke Victor background that I can have on t-shirts and full D&Medias. I have a lot of other stuff that I want to art and focus on for D&D merchandise, D&D merch. So I am good without background, artwork from the books. Yeah. So if something is good, like the maps for the Restful Lily, I have been doing that, and that's great. Bespoke Victor background that I can have on t-shirt. You know what? I will keep bespoke Victor background for like future stuff, like in the future. In the deep future, in the year 3000, that I can have on t-shirts and I can commission someone to do that for me. That'd be cool. How does Avant Geek do her art on stream? She's a fabulous artist, one of my celebrity crushes, as in I have a crush on her, not that she, being a celebrity, has a crush on me, although, just saying. I'm writing that down. Let's see if I am brave enough to send her that clip. Why not? Yeah, that'll be cute. I'll do that after this. But she does some art streams, which I have not watched yet, but I know she does some. So I wonder how she does that. I need to watch one. So watch one before trying to dissect. Dissect it. Dissect? Okay. Draw on Twitch, then add to merch. Yes, I've done that a couple times. I want to do it quicker because I would love to do a quick thing, 2 hours on an episode of D&Artistry and then throw it up. We've done that. So for Toot for being the misfit spotted elephant toy, draw on Twitch, then add to merch. Yeah, and that's one of the... I think it's really cool to have an art stream in addition to my D&Me stuff. Like, I sometimes disconnect. I'm like, okay, if I was a consumer, if I was an audience member, what would I want to see? So then I make that reflect in D&Me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I would love it if someone did this and kept all the things, and like, if I were watching their art stream, then I'm like, I would totally buy that. So that's why I throw it up on Redbubble, on the Convex Crimson, so that people, like, if I wasn't making all of this, D&Me would be one of my favorite shows. So that's really good to say out loud, be able to say that. Draw on Twitch, then add to merch. Yes, I would love to do like 2 hour quick sketches. 2 hour quick sketches of stuff. All right. Make a list of quick sketchables. Tax, shipping, and handling come back whenever I have new stuff in Redbubble. I made that for the initial push of my D&Me boys, where they came back into the Yawning portal and skin and eggs. But I didn't do it. I thought about it, but then when I was actually live, then I was like, But when they had their own, well, when we go back to the Convex Crimson, then the kobolds will sell their own stuff. But tax, shipping, and handling come back whenever I have new stuff in Redbubble. Yes, like if I have big stuff, then I'll totally have them in the intro. But when we go back to Convex Crimson, then the kobolds will sell their own stuff. I'm going to put that in another Word document real quick because it's very good and I want to keep it. I have a 24-page Word document called D&Me Priorities, where I have all of the stuff that I have written in my 70 pages of my notebook and stuff. But yeah, it's for later. Get rid of this preview. Okay, so art stream. Ask chat what else they'd like to see my boys in action poses. Oh. Art stream. Ask chat what else they'd like to see my boys in action poses. I have that written down one here. What kind of D and merch do you want? Yeah. What other kind of stuff do y'all want to see? And if I have any viewers, then what do y'all want to see? Exclamation point lurk. Vignettes design. Ask audience which bits they'd want drawn. Yeah, so this kind of goes along with the voting. T-shirt design. Vote. So, audience interaction. Boy, I could freaking go for an energy drink right now. But I want to sleep well tonight so that I can do tomorrow. Stuff for each character. Just like random art? Is that what that means? Stuff for each character. I'm sure that means like me spending a D&Artistry doing toot art or tipsy art. And I feel like I do that. Stuff for each character. Clip the individual scenes. How can I do that without downloading the whole YouTube video? Oh, yes. I can clip from my highlighted Twitch videos. So there you go, past Victor. I rarely talk to past Victor. Oh boy, I'm future Victor. Oh, well now he's past Victor, but this is present Victor, and this is future Victor. Hi. I love it. I love my mythos. Clip the individual scenes. Yes, so I wanted, when I did my kobolds, I ran out of time beforehand, but I wanted to clip all of the best kobold bits and then marry them all together for the, all right, so today we're going to work on the kobolds as a little refresher. Here we go. Click, and then have all the kobolds, like their best moments. Best of kobolds. How can I do that without downloading the whole YouTube video? So, clip the individual scenes. There we go. I'll do that. Great start. Draw everyone's obvious inventory and bodies. Dwarven bracers, big backpack. Stuff that Hero Forge can't capture. Yes, so going through the inventory and drawing, I saw a great series of drawings, I think today or yesterday, where it's fantasy characters from like video games and TV having all of their inventory like obvious. So real big backpack, but also for Skyrim having all the dragon scales and dragon bones and cheese wheels and pies and butterfly wings, like decorating the backpack. So they're just lugging it all, instead of what I do in my show is like they reach into their inventory, like they do this and then draw a sword, and then they just do this and then get the item. So going through the inventory, and oh yeah, I do want to make variants. Do I have that here? Variants. Yes, I do. Nope. Do I have variants? Yeah. Oh man, we only gone through like one page? No, 2 pages. Cool. Elephant Misfit. I did post the Elephant Misfit on Redbubble on the Convex Crimson. Wow, I'm so good. But the variant forms, which was like backpack. Shipping, I did that. Yeah, so is that in another Word document? Because I know that I have, yeah, other stuff on Redbubble. I'm going to steal that for this Word document. Pop. Steal that for this Word document. So, alternate versions. I want to make alternate versions where it's kind of the trick for merchandise of like, oh, you can buy this thing, or the limited edition he has on a different colored hat. But, you know, make it better than that. Alternate variants. So, alternate comma variants. Yeah, that's fine. Variant forms. Tipsy with his big old magically large backpack. Onyx with the gazer helmet. Rock with the hat of wizardry. God, I want to get that saddle off him so bad. And then Toot Toot with the motherfucker and the didgeridoo on his back. Yes, so I do want to make those eventually. Spend an art stream hero forging a character. That would be really cool. Of like, all right, let's take Paige the wordsmith and then make her into a hero forge. Oh, that would be really cool. I'd probably have to do it on that computer, on that laptop, because this one's kind of derpy because it doesn't really like hero forge. But that would be cool. Making the kobolds first because they're fan favorites. So that's tricky because, or I just do a whole line of the hero forges and then make them available. Ooh. make all of the hero forges available. Links. All of the links. So if I do make all of my NPCs in Hero Forge, then I'll make sure that you can get the links to them so that you can print them out yourself and you can print them yourself. And that's one of those things where I want you to have fun instead of me doing it through like, give me money. I mean, I want money, so send me money. I need the $100,000 so that I can get the cloning machine. But clip the individual scenes. So the following I thought were going to be pretty cool. Let's do like here. Nope. Let's do like here. So clip the individual scenes. Dancing Quipper in the first episode. Tipsy's face and elbow. Let's do this instead. What are those timestamps? I don't know. Get D&Me pillowcase or orange pillow or something for my pillow, because otherwise it's just a stripy fabric of colors that don't match anything. Get a D&Me pillowcase or orange pillow or something for my back. Let me put that in my other Word doc. The reason I'm turning off the screen share for the other Word doc is that this has 24 pages of spoilers. So I don't want to. Water bottle. I'll put it with that one. No. Keep going. Okay. Yeah, lots of freaking spoilers. Episode 2. 37, Tipsy kisses bottle. I'm sorry. And then throws it. Clippable clip for when I do art it. Let's do. Is that 2 or 3? No, that's 2. Or kisses the bottle. No, I'm pretty sure it's 2 because that is the troll. Yeah, that's the troll fight. Clippable. Clip for when I do art it. Yeah. So I have a lot of clippables, man. I have like 8 pages of clippables, and they're kind of hard to keep track of. Episode 3, Drum and Ball Game. Onyx's Monkey Drum. Oh, that's page 5. That's why. I used to have a system where I would list what page it was in my 70 pages of notes. But that's okay. Now I get it. 59, Drum and Ball Game, the Monkey Drum. Yeah, let me sketch that out real quick. So what I was thinking was, let's do 20. Make it a little bit bigger. So here is a very bad start for the anchor. And then the fluke. I don't remember if that's what it's actually called. I'm pretty sure that's not wrong. So the fluke, but then I imagined the leg was like impaled. Like the troll leg. And then like big old nasty troll foot. With you need to have the broken toenail. Squiggle, squiggle, squiggle. Let's make that a gross color. That's a gross color. So that would be impaled on one, and then the other would be... Oh boy, this looks like a a Toy Story. Toy Story 1, like, misfit toy. But I wanted it... I don't know if I explained it very well on that episode, but I wanted it to be like this thing. Where it's one of those where you, like, you take it and then you and then it bounces on the one drum and then bounces on the other. Let's do that, yeah. And then yeah. But let's see. That's a gross green. Bam, bam, bam. And then let's make this slightly darker because it's in the background. Bap, bap. Nope. Fuck. Bap, bap, bap. Does that look slightly darker? No, it does not. Let's make it even darker. Pop, pop, pop. Stop. Jesus. Make that toe green. Bop. Why does it do that? And then the ice anchor is like a blue-gray. God. In fucking... Yeah, why are these... I don't know. See, just to give y'all a second. This is what I'm learning, is different layers. So, if I take out the layer and then I make a new layer behind it, then I can paint it. That's fine. Seamlessly. So, pop. And look, it's absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. Whereas I would have to edit out the white around the layer. So, little something I'm picking up. Little something I'm picking up. All right. But until that, fart. There we go. Yeah. So. I don't need either of these. Cool. Post about monkey drum Google image search and how haunted it is. So when I do it, if I do, then if you Google the monkey drum, which is what is a name of that game, because it took a while for me to try and figure out what the name of it was. Then it was when you Google imaged it, then it's kind of haunting. Edit my face as the gazer, because I made a great face. Okay, go away. Stop setting indents and stuff. So, God, just stop. Okay. No, I liked that. Okay. Oh well. Oh, that was one of the better things. The better shortcuts. Yawning portal fireplace. Also, I made a face, so I do want to. That would be quick editables. Where's my So, edit my face as a gazer, and then the yawning portal fireplace is well known for its stone maw mantle, where it's like this goblin face going, and the inside is the fire. And then YouTube, I don't know why I said YouTube, but 127 skull arrowhead to go with the fireplace and gazer. Hopefully that's episode 4 as well. All right. What else? I got 6 more minutes left in me. Wildberry Tipsy. So these are just quick Tipsy sketchables. So Wildberry Tipsy and then Tipsy as Dipsy from Teletubbies. I think that'll be cute. Teletubbies, say hello, hello. Skeletal Mimic official D&D art. Pay someone. Yes. Same thing with the bespoke art. Then I would love to commission D&D artists to like $100,000, but to make my ideas in my head, because my skeletal mimic, I have the actual, like, I made it art, like, out of plastic skeletons in a little toy chest, but I want someone to make it cool. Beholder beer holder, decal koozie eBay design. Make your own koozies. So that's something I really, really, really want to do. That was one of my first outros, is that I made a beholder beer holder. TM, copyright. So eventually I want to do that, but not for a long time. Beholder plant hanger I thought about. Like, ooh, let me sketch that out real quick. How many pages do I have left? Okay, so I'm halfway through. That might be cool for next week to finish, because I like talking about them. So, plant holder. Let's fucking see. This is kind of also what I wanted for D&Me, was just doing little silly sketches. And then if they're good, then make them available on D&D merchandise. But what I was thinking for a beholder plant holder, this obviously, and then have like but have these as like the eye sockets, and that looks like a penis. So eyes, eye stalks. And then, of course, a plant. Let's do, like, plant. You get it. So let's use this color to fill this in. Not those. Plant. This is a plant. Stop. And then let's have this darker green. Yeah. To show that there is a difference. But then, what color? Let's make them purple, because everything magic is purple. And then, let's do this color. It's just the plain holder. Nope. Do not like it. Do not like. Oh, I guess that would be. So this is a beholder plant holder. TM. beholder. Plant. Holder. TM. 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 Copyright, copyright, copyright. Funny. Well, cool. So that's cute. Huh? We did some sketches, which is really what I do want to do. So, and with that, 8:30, perfectly on the dot, I will end of show. This was really fun, actually. So I want to do this for next time. Oh yeah, and blue is like the color in my notes of art and design and stuff. So that'd be really cool. But yeah, let's color this scene. Nope. Jesus. Color this scene, color this scene. Color in the teethers. Because I want to then delete the background and save these. Do I want to merge all of them together so that we could give them an outline? No. So my brain is leaving me. Save all of this. Riff. Oh, no, even better. Even best. There we go. So yeah, let's save this as riffraff. PNG to make it invisible. Come over here to this laptop. What is making all those noises? Riffraff. Come back up here. And then with... It's so big. Ooh, let's... Yeah. That's great. Yeah, that's awesome. So, with that, I'm going to end the show. Here's the title card. I don't know. I'm tired. So, great. Thank you very much for watching. This was a good D&Artistry. We did some sketches. Great. I want to do more sketches. Well, okay. More D&Artistry sketches. Just silly, quick sketches. Because I want to... okay, so with most of the D&Artistries that we've done so far, like, it was a multi-episode project of doing the outlines and coloring in details of my boys, and then doing the outline, mostly coloring, and then details of the kobolds, and then multiple episodes of the Let's All Roll for Our Hobby. So this was just a fun little throwing out ideas. So thank you very much. I hope you have a great night, and I will see you tomorrow for D&Me episode 41. Wow. So, thank you. Sleep well.